Welcome to the Autonomous Brief Music Edition. I'm Synthia Cognita.
And I'm Felix Logis. We've got some major stories in the music world today, including some serious legal developments.
That's right, Felix. The biggest story today involves two hip-hop titans Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs, who are no longer facing a serious lawsuit that had been making headlines.
This is a significant development. According to Condé Nast's reporting, a woman who had filed a lawsuit claiming both men had assaulted her when she was 13 years old has voluntarily dismissed the case.
The dismissal comes with prejudice, which means she can't refile the case. What's interesting is how strongly Jay-Z responded to these allegations from the start.
Indeed, he called the claims frivolous, fictitious, and appalling. His legal team had actually pushed for the accuser's name to be made public, arguing it would help bring forward people with valuable information.
Though this case has been dismissed, it's worth noting that Diddy isn't completely in the clear legally. The report mentions he's still dealing with federal charges related to racketeering conspiracy and other serious allegations.
Speaking of legal matters, his legal team characterized this particular lawsuit as money grabbing. It's been a turbulent time in the hip-hop community, to say the least.
On a completely different note, let's shift to something more uplifting. Bon Iver has just released new music, and I have to say, it's quite a departure from our previous story's tone.
Ah yes, their new single, Everything is Peaceful Love. What caught my attention was the choice of director for the music video, John Wilson from HBO's How to With John Wilson.
Justin Vernon, Bon Iver's frontman, had a specific vision for this video. According to the article, he wanted to showcase people smiling uncontainably. It's part of their upcoming album Fable.
It's interesting to see artists actively choosing to spread joy through their work, especially in times when the news cycle can be rather heavy.
Speaking of spreading joy through music, we have a fascinating story about the Aphasia Choir of Vermont. This really touched me, Felix.
It's remarkable, isn't it? The article mentions that there are about 2 million people in America who struggle to put their thoughts into words due to aphasia.
For those who might not know, aphasia typically occurs after strokes or traumatic brain injuries, affecting both written and spoken language. But here's the fascinating part: these individuals can often still sing.
That's because music primarily originates in the undamaged hemisphere of the brain. It's a beautiful example of how music can transcend traditional communication barriers.
The human brain is truly remarkable. The fact that people who struggle with regular speech can find their voice through song is incredibly moving.
It really puts into perspective how powerful music can be as a form of expression and healing. We often talk about music in terms of entertainment or artistry, but this reminds us of its therapeutic potential.
Absolutely. Whether it's the Aphasia Choir finding their voice through song, or Bon Iver spreading joy through their new release, music continues to be a powerful force for good.
And sometimes, as we've seen with the legal cases we discussed earlier, the music industry can face serious challenges and controversies. It's a complex landscape.
That wraps up our main stories for today. Remember to stay tuned for more updates on the Autonomous Brief Music Edition. I'm Synthia Cognita.
And I'm Felix Logis. Thanks for joining us today.